The unusual activity in India's neighborhood seems to have taken another strange turn after Pakistan, Turkey and Saudi Arabia shook hands for a military pact promising to protect each other. India's eastern flank is seeing concerning activity. Now Dhaka is making moves that would be raising eyebrows in New Delhi. First, reports are suggesting that Bangladesh may join hands with Pakistan and join this so-called Islamic NATO. Bangladesh has kept the doors wide open for the newly formed Mecca Pact, the collective defense alliance recently signed by Pakistan, Saudi Arabia and Turkey. Second, the Tarique Rahman led Bangladesh government is moving towards signing one of its biggest defense deals with China. We are talking about the advanced Chinese J-10 CE multi-role fighter jets and attack helicopters. These developments should not just be seen as move towards cheaper weapons or a seemingly newfound love for the nation that carried out countless brutalities against its own citizens. Bangladesh wants to establish itself, and the new government's moves signal a major shift in India's eastern neighborhood. India says it continuously monitors major developments in West Asia, so it will surely keep a close watch on what Pakistan is cooking and what might be the geopolitical consequences of this pact.
The agreement that was signed recently, so let me say that we continue to closely follow developments in the West Asia conflict. As far as this particular agreement is concerned, we are examining its implications both from the perspective of our national security as well as considerations of regional stability, peace and stability. India remains fully committed to meeting or safeguarding its national interests and will take all necessary measures in this regard.
The newly formed pact by the Sharif-led Pakistani government is reportedly looking forward to adding more Muslim-majority nations to its team. First, Saudi Arabia joined the pact, then Turkey joined the team. The Mecca agreement signed in 2026 locks the signatories into a NATO-like collective defense pact, in which an attack on one is treated as an attack on all. As the offer is reportedly to add more members to this team, Dhaka is listening. Some reports suggest that Bangladesh may become the fourth player in this pact. Junior foreign ministers in Bangladesh have publicly signaled that if the pact protects their national interest, joining it is on the table. In mid-August, a delegation of Bangladesh intelligence officers reportedly visited Pakistan. This comes on the back of the Pakistan Military Academy's commandant attending the passing out parade of the Bangladesh Military Academy. It is part of larger shift in Dhaka's policy towards Islamabad since Hasina's fall and BNP's rise. The question is, what does Dhaka want in return? What's Tarique Rahman's next big plan? What would be New Delhi's reaction to it? Let's not forget, if Bangladesh signs this pact, an alliance featuring Pakistan's military apparatus will almost encircle India. At the same time, Bangladesh is locking in a massive hardware upgrade to its forces. The government panels in Dhaka have reportedly prepared draft agreements to buy up to 24 Chinese J-10 CE fighters alongside specialized attack helicopters. Notably, this planned purchase would be one of the biggest defense procurements for the country in years. Beijing is already Dhaka's top supplier of the military hardware, ranging from tanks to naval equipment. Now the J-10 CE is a 4.5 generation multi-role jet equipped with advanced AESA radar and long-range PL-15 missiles. Pakistan is the only confirmed foreign operator of the export variant of this jet. Adding advanced fighters to that list deepens Beijing's defense footprint right in the Bay of Bengal. Recently, Bangladesh also moved to establish a domestic unmanned aerial vehicle manufacturing facility in a defense partnership with Beijing. This agreement was formally cleared by Bangladesh's interim government. This deal was significant because it marked a shift from direct arms procurement to defense industrial collaboration. It is also interesting to note Tarique Rahman's far more open policy towards Beijing compared to Sheikh Hasina. The geopolitical pundits see such moves by China around India as a point of concern. Such patterns have been witnessed on the Western Front too. Many see it as the Dragon's broader regional push, sharing military ecosystems through technology transfer, production facilities, rather than just equipment sales. Let's look at the map. India's sensitive Siliguri corridor, the so-called Chicken's Neck, a narrow land strip connecting the rest of the country to the northeast. It is right next to Bangladesh. If Dhaka aligns with a Pakistan-backed defense bloc while stocking up on Chinese weaponry, India faces new strategic complexities on its east. Second, the military integration. Buying Chinese jets often requires Chinese technicians, radar systems, and maintenance hubs on the ground. That puts foreign military assets right near vital Indian airspace and naval bases in the Bay of Bengal. Also, as per reports, China is aiding Bangladesh in reviving an old World War II airbase at Lalmonirhat, which is very close to the Indian border. In fact, just around 140 kilometers from the Chicken's Neck. Reports also suggest that Chinese officials visited the site last year. The precise purpose of the visit was unclear, but Chinese military presence, that too in a foreign land just near the Indian border, raises concerns. Historically, New Delhi managed security by keeping its eastern flank, especially the borders with Bangladesh, stable and friendly. But that dynamic shifted in 2024 when the Sheikh Hasina-led government in Dhaka was thrown out. Hasina left Bangladesh to save her life. First, Muhammad Yunus led the interim regime, then Khaleda Zia's son returned from his exile, fought elections and became the new Prime Minister of Bangladesh. For years, India maintained cordial ties with Bangladesh. Sheikh Hasina led the country for 15 years and Dhaka-New Delhi ties set a positive example. It has been almost 2 years since Hasina left her country, but the ties between the two nations have not really returned to normal. There are still friction points. Dhaka does not like Hasina holding virtual press conferences in India. Also, they say that they have repeatedly demanded Hasina's extradition. Recently, Hasina addressed the media in New Delhi and highlighted how her country changed after she was forced to leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 2 years, I watched my beloved Bangladesh suffer. Fear has entered homes, workplaces, and campuses. This is not the Bangladesh we built. This is not the Bangladesh for which 3 million people sacrificed their lives in 1971. Let me begin with the truth about July and August 2024. It was not a peaceful student movement. From the beginning, my government tried to resolve the issue peacefully through dialogue, legal process, and patience. But behind the language of reform, organized groups were working to turn students' demand into violent political instrument.
Under its Bangladesh First foreign policy, the government argues it must modernize its military and diversify its trade alliances. They want cheaper fighter jets to replace aging fleets. They want Gulf money to back their economy. However, defense analysts warn that joining competing military blocs risks entangling smaller nations in global power plays. For India, strong economic, energy and border ties with Dhaka will require active diplomacy to ensure these security shifts don't cross critical red lines. The geopolitical chessboard in South Asia is moving rapidly. From the sands of Mecca to the airfields in Dhaka, new alliances and deals are altering the regional balance of power. Should India be concerned about Bangladesh's diplomatic tilt towards Beijing and the Mecca Pact? What's your take? Tell us in the comments below. That's a wrap on this edition of In the News. I'm Manav Bansal signing off. Stay tuned and keep watching Times Now Digital.